Hello and welcome to Newsmax TV. I'm David Patton, and joining us now is Grover Norquist, the president of Americans for Tax Reform, the anti-tax group that he founded in 1985 at the behest of then-President Ronald Reagan. Mr. Norquist joins us to talk about some of the intra-party struggles within the GOP between the grassroots and the establishment wing. Mr. Norquist, good to have you with us today.
Good to be with you.
The Tea Party wing of the party owes the party in general an apology for basically what has become sort of a shutdown fiasco, at least if you look at the polls. Would it be fair to say that you and ATR primarily stand with the establishment wing of the party, or would you say that you in fact align yourself more with the grassroots space?
Okay, let me correct that. That's not a quotation or a statement from me. My argument was that Ted Cruz in particular came to the House Republicans and said he had a strategy to abolish Obamacare. But he didn't have a strategy because you need 51 votes in the Senate to do anything, and we never had anywhere close to 51 votes. And Senator Cruz didn't get any. He needed to get 6. He didn't get any. So I think he needed to say to the Republicans in the House, sorry, I misled you about what I was going to do in the Senate, because he didn't get the votes that he told people he was going to get. And it's not fair to demand that people go out and participate in your strategy if you haven't thought it through. The Tea Party, in fact, is the bulwark that has made the modern Republican not simply the anti-tax party, which has happened over 20 years, but the anti-spend too much party. During the Bush years, you saw 8 years of too much spending. And then when Obama came in, he went crazy on spending. And the Tea Party, 2009, 2010, came in and gently, like a 2x4 on the side of the Republican Party's forehead, said, hey, listen to us, stop spending so much. We now have don't raise taxes, stop spending too much. It has made the conservative movement and the modern Reagan Republican Party infinitely stronger. The criticism some make that the Tea Party has hurt the Republican Party, no, nonsense. The Tea Party is what completed the Reagan Revolution. No tax increases, limiting spending. My unhappiness over the last 2 months is we got distracted trying to pass something that's a good idea. We should abolish Obamacare, but we didn't have the votes for it. And so we spent 2 months failing to do things we could have done to weaken it and delay Obamacare, and ended up with nothing because the strategy wasn't thought through. And so all of our conservative leaders in Congress need to always be asked, we appreciate that you care deeply and that you really want to make a change. Show us the roadmap. Show us how we get the votes in the Senate, how we get the votes in the House, how we get a president to sign it, and we're all in. But wishes do not make things come true, and stamping your feet and holding your breath don't make things happen, and whining is not the same thing as work. This is a lot of work to undo the damage that the left has done to the American economy and American government. And we can't just stamp our feet and say, I don't like it, I wish it would go away. We need to say, day after day, bifocal vision, look forward to the long distance vision of where you're trying to go, and also be able to look at your feet so you don't trip. It's no good to just be looking out into the future and walk into a manhole or into traffic, and it's no good just looking at your feet because you may be walking in the wrong direction. Constantly look at where you're going and then down at your feet so you don't trip, and you're moving forward, not backwards. So the Tea Party, as an addition to the modern Reagan Republican conservative movement, has been terribly important to the modern movement. And the good news is there isn't a Rockefeller wing of the Republican Party anymore. They passed away or retired. We have a party, the Republican Party, where every single member of the House of Representatives and every single member of the Senate has voted to abolish Obamacare, every last one of them. Now, we don't have enough votes in the Senate to win. We need a president to sign the bill. But the party is completely united, and that is largely helped by the Tea Party movement, which has made it more successful and stronger, and it's why we have the House of Representatives, and it's why we'll hold the House of Representatives.
So let's suppose that Ted Cruz adopts tactics that are more pragmatic in terms of what would work in the next couple of years. He did win and dominate, in fact, the straw poll at the Value Voters Summit this year. Could you see a scenario where you and ATR would view him as a suitable GOP standard bearer in 2016? Could you support him?
Look, Ted Cruz is a strong conservative. He's been a leader on a number of issues. The concern with a tactic and a half strategy that failed was that you don't get graded on how much you want something. You get graded on whether you achieve it and whether you had a plan to get it done. We now see Ted Cruz and others who had started other organizations and said we have to defund only, which we didn't have the votes for, now arguing we should delay and celebrating that the Democrats are beginning to come and saying maybe we should delay parts of Obamacare. So there is a coming together of Ted Cruz and some of the groups who had been, we have to defund, we can't do anything else, recognizing that a delay would be a step in the right direction, not everything we want, but progress, and may well be achievable over the next few months. And we don't have to wait till we take the Senate to get some of the things we want to accomplish, or wait until we get a different president to accomplish some of what we need to do to dismantle, delay Obamacare and the damage it does to the health care for all of our families. So again, people stumble, people make some bad tactical or strategic decisions. Gingrich, when he was Speaker, was a great leader, but made 3 strategic errors every day as he moved forward. And so we just need to constantly look to how do we do better, how do we win, how do we move forward in terms of dismantling Obamacare, doing immigration reform, tax reform, taking on the labor union bosses. There are many, many fights if we're going to protect this country and move forward and make us stronger.
So last question then, Grover, what would you estimate as the likelihood that perhaps Democrats would drive reforms, changes, major modifications perhaps? The medical device tax would be one element that's been very controversial within Obamacare in the next, let's say, 6 to 12 months, so that conservatives could really hope for a reprieve from some of the most onerous provisions in it.
Yeah. The interesting thing is we can push and should push on delay. Since we're not in their strategy sessions, we don't see their polls. They're not showing us what a mess their computers are on Obamacare, the website. They know better than we do what a disaster they've got on their hands. It looks pretty bad from where we're standing, but they know more. I think as you listen to them talk about delaying certain things, they're signaling that they're scared that Obamacare falls on its face, at least for some people in the country, before the November election. I think everything that delays it makes it easier to eliminate as sooner rather than later, and we should push, 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 recognizing that at present they have the Senate. They could say no. They could. Then we need to beat them in the next election, take the Senate. We need 6 net Senate wins. And as you look at it, we're going to win in West Virginia and South Dakota and Louisiana and Arkansas and Alaska and North Carolina. And that's 6, and I left out Montana, are ones we're going to win, 7 seats. And then there are 3 we have a very good shot at: Iowa, Michigan, and New Hampshire. And I'm sure there'll be a surprise win if we push hard in Delaware and other states. I think we had Wisconsin, Minnesota. We have some real opportunities as we move forward. But I think there are 10 that are in play. We're either ahead or in the margin of error to pick up the net 6 that we need. So focus on delaying, dismantling Obamacare now, and then winning the Senate so we can do more. And then at some point in 2016, we need to remember to win the presidency. I had hoped we'd do that in 2012. It was on our list of things to do: take out the trash, pick up the groceries, win the presidency, and we remembered 2 out of the 3. This time we need to remember, win the presidency. It's part of governing.
Always a fascinating discussion. Grover Norquist, President of Americans for Tax Reform, thank you for joining us.
Good to be with you.
And thank you for watching Newsmax TV.